you're a supporter, you're supporting diversity and inclusion and equity and all of that. But you're also, in the same time, specifically supporting minorities and specifically women. And it's so refreshing to see a leader, young and capable and able to really be such a great voice in the times when we've seen a lot of change and a lot of misbehavior from the leadership standpoint.
I have to be. Uh, you know, as somebody that grew up with a very strong female role model in my mother, and I've worked within women's rights dating back to 2005. So we're talking 17 years now. Um, it's always been something that's been incredibly important to me. And then when my girls were born, it was this thing where if I don't do everything in my capacity to make the world a better place by the time they're old enough to recognize, am I really doing my job as a father? And the answer I came down to is no. So ever since, I refuse to be quiet. Now, speaking openly, there's a lot of times I walk into a room where, regardless of how beloved people seem to think I am, I'm not wanted because I do talk about racism. I talk about systemic oppression. I break down the walls of mental health, and I call out people when they commit microaggressions. And it gets uncomfortable for people, and I'm fine with that, because at the end of the day, I'm doing what I know needs to be done. And frankly, if I don't do it, I don't see somebody else stepping up to.
As a genocide, torture, war, trauma survivor, and seeing so much complacency that gets people to that level, that does what from those micro acting out and micro to completely different spectrum, where they're full-blown lash out and all of that. And complacency is the factor. When we're complacent, we literally then allow and approve that type of behavior. First of all, I want to kudo you for stepping up and doing what's not popular, but what is necessary. And that is what's really all about building the legacy. It's not about how many likes and who is going to pat you on the shoulder and approve because you fit their narrative, but it's about doing the right thing. And if we do more of that, landscape would be so different. Wouldn't you agree with that?
Oh, absolutely. But the problem with it is that to create the landscape that we need, that should have been built in the first place, we have to bulldoze everything down.
Yes.
And that's being an abolitionist.
Mm-hmm.
And when the top 2% controls the infrastructure, they're not going to want to bulldoze it. So instead, what we're forced to do is we're forced to be in a position where we have to be a little bit like a woodpecker and peck away over and over and over and pray that we are pecking fast enough that the other side isn't fixing it before we get to where we need to be.
Thank you for listening to Legacy Leader Show. If you enjoyed the content and had a positive experience, then please leave us a positive rating. In addition, leave us a positive review whenever you are listening on whatever platform there might be. Make sure your friends and family also know about the benefit and value that we provide and what we have to offer. Cheers.